This week we're going to highlight the latest crop condition ratings from the USDA for beans. We're also going to take a look at crop progress as we get closer to that critical month of August. We're also going to take a look at short-term weather trends and then wrap things up with a long-term view on November soybean futures. Hi, this is Brian Basting with Advanced Trading. Let's talk about the soybean market. We've moved into the final week of July here, and this market remains historically volatile. We're going to start out this week looking at the latest crop condition ratings from the USDA. Now, the USDA told us on Monday of this week that as of Sunday, July 21st, 68% of the beans nationwide were rated good to excellent. That's unchanged from last week, but well above 54% from last year. Let's now take a look at the history of the crop condition index. You can see the index stabilized this week. It's well above recent years, however. In fact, there's only 2 years within the last 8 years where it's been higher than this level for this time of year. Those years were 2018 and 2020. Let's now take a look at crop progress. We're switching gears this week to soybean setting pods. We're looking at soybean setting pods here as we ended that last week in July, approaching 30%. Over the next 2 weeks, on average, soybean setting pods increase approximately 32%. So, between July 21st and August 4th, we're looking at possibility of approaching 60% of the beans will be setting pods. Of course, the weather for beans during the month of August is critical during pod fill. Let's take a look at the short-term trends. Our slides this week, as usual, are courtesy of T-storm weather. We're starting out this week looking at that proxy for subsoil moisture over the last 30 days. This is why the bean market's been under so much pressure here until just very recently. All across the Midwest there, quite a bit of that area is either normal or slightly wet. The exceptions there. We're looking at northwest Iowa, southwest South Dakota, parts of Kansas are becoming dry. But for the most part, this moisture conditions are nearly ideal, approaching pod fill. Now let's take a look at the short-term forecast. We're going to highlight a change here upcoming. Beginning this Friday, July 26th, and extending all the way through the weekend, July 28th, it's going to get warmer. Starting out in the west, that dark red area, we could see highs gradually increase to the mid-90s. And then that's going to gradually ease south and east and still be above normal as you get across the heart of the Corn Belt. What about rainfall? Looking ahead to next week, July 29th to the 31st. Most of the rainfall forecast is east of the Mississippi River, as you can see there in that green, and the best chances for above an inch of rain are in that pink area. Now let's look at longer term, the next 14 days. Next 14 days, all that dark area here, potential for significant drying and heat as we move into that first week in August. Let's quantify rainfall now over the next 2 weeks. Now this slide is very important to look at as we approach that pod fill stage for beans. Almost all the area west of the Mississippi River is going to be drier than normal over the next 2 weeks, with some intense dryness as we move further west into parts of Nebraska and Kansas, and those are some areas to keep an eye on moving forward. Let's wrap things up this week looking at trends in November soybean futures. On November beans, as we tape here on Tuesday, are trading near $10.75 a bushel. Quite a bit of volatility in that market lately. Notice here from that last week in July into harvest time in October, still history tells us a lot of potential for volatility, both to the downside and to the upside. This is why it's so critical to continue to work closely with your trusted risk management advisor to manage price movement. Now, if you'd like more information, please feel free to contact us at 800-664-2321. We'll put you in contact with one of our risk management consultants. We'll be happy to visit with you at your convenience. And remember, we upload every Wednesday. Make sure to subscribe to our channel and never miss an upload. Thanks a lot. Have a good week.